Hi, fourth class. So this week we're going on to area. A few weeks ago we did perimeter, which was finding the distance around the outside of a shape. Do you remember that? And when we were doing this, we added all the sides together. So we were pretending we were a little snail and we're going all around the sides, the outside of the shape. This week we're going on to area. Area is the measurement of the surface of an area. So all of this part, the inside of an area. Okay, so if I'm finding the area, I'm finding how much space this whole object is taking up. Not just the outside, but all of the inside part. Okay, so we're going on to chapter 32, which is on page 159. At the top of the page there in question 1, it says, we call the measure of the surface of an object its area. We can use different non-standard units to measure the following. So if you want to do some of these at home, you can. To measure this page, the surface area of this page, I could use maybe playing cards. I could estimate how many cards it's going to take to cover the whole surface of this area. And then I could test it out and how many actual cards it's used. For the desktop or your table at home, you could see how many envelopes it's going to take. So you could estimate that how many envelopes it's going to take to cover the whole area of your table. And then you can test it out. And a classroom door. Now obviously we're not in our classroom, so you could use a kitchen door. How many maths books do you think it would take to cover it? All of these are called non-standard units, which means they could be different shapes and sizes. So it's better to have a standard unit to measure area so that everyone is on the same track, everyone's measuring with the same thing. So all of the above ways can be used, but it is much better to use a standard unit, which is here. This little square, each size measures 1 centimetre, so it's called a square centimetre, 1 square centimetre or 1 centimetre squared. Okay? If I square a number, I'm multiplying it by itself. That's why I'm calling this 1 squared centimetre, because each side is 1 centimetre. So for your work today, you're counting the number of centimetre squares in each of these shapes to find its surface area. So for example, we look at the first one. How many squares are there in that blue? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the answer to A is 6 centimetres squared. As well as adding, I could do something else. I could say it's 3 going this way and it's 2. So if I multiply the length by the width, I will get the area as well. 2 times 3 is 6, or 3 times 2 is 6. I'll get the same answer. If I look at D here, it's a big long road, but it's only 1 in width. So I'll be multiplying the length by 1 because it's only 1 in width. So for this one, I could just count them all. All of these can just be counted, or I could calculate how many it is going across the way for the width, going down the way for the length, and multiply. You will get the same answer. So your work today is count the number of centimetre squares in each of the shapes to find the area. I'm after doing A for you already. And question 3 says, how many centimetres squared would a rectangle of 6 centimetres long and 4 centimetres wide cover? So here's where we're using our multiply the length by the width to get the area. If I have a rectangle that's 6 centimetres long and 4 centimetres wide, I will multiply 6 times 4 and I will find the area. Okay, I'll talk to you again soon.